Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Scott Govitz, Associate Vice President of Workforce and Economic Development at Mid-Michigan College and a volunteer for the flood relief recovery efforts here in Gladwin County. And we're doing a series of talks, and this conversation is with Kim Don, and Kim is the Assistant Zoning Administrator here for Gladwin County. And we're pleased to welcome you, Kim, to the conversation, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Well, individuals are probably very concerned at this point about how to navigate the system in putting their homes back together if they're at that point. So perhaps you can help shed some light on what that looks like. If I'm a homeowner, I'm ready to put the home back together, what do I need to do with respect to getting my permits, and how many permits, and where do I need to go, and all of that good stuff?
Okay, well, basically you need your building permit, and that's to replace your insulation and drywall. That's a $50 fee that was reduced from normal fees for flood victims. And that will give you 2 inspections. They will check the moisture content in the walls and the insulation inspection, and then once the drywall is up, he'll come back for a final inspection.
I see.
And then electrical permit is also 2 inspections, and he will check if the service was damaged or any of the wiring. If the wiring got wet, it does need to be replaced, so he'll have to check that, all your plugs, stuff like that. Plumbing, mechanical, 1 inspection, and that's if your water heater needs to be replaced, furnace, boiler, anything like that, then that would just be 1 inspection. You just come to the office, or you could download it from our website, mail it in with the appropriate fee, and call when you're ready for an inspection.
I see. So do I, if I'm putting the home back together by myself without a contractor, do I need permits?
Yes, you still need the permits to make sure that the moisture level meets the requirement, and insulation, those are all, have a level that they have to meet, so you would still need permits.
So I need a permit that is going to be for the construction, and does that include the electrical and the plumbing and the mechanical?
They're all separate permits.
Okay. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about that then? So if I come in, I need the permits, I need to sort of redo the whole house. What's that process? Is there a step-by-step?
Well, you can obtain all the permits at one time,
Okay.
so to make it easier. And then as you go, if you have to replace the wiring, you're going to, of course, call for that inspection before insulation or drywall is replaced. Your fixtures, plumbing, mechanical, there too, if you have to replace anything in the walls, that'll have to be done before insulation and drywall are put back up. It's pretty basic, but I know it's very devastating for everyone, so.
So you mentioned that permit fees have been reduced by the County Board of Commissioners, so
Yes.
that's one great thing that has happened for individuals affected by the flood. With timing, if I get my permits, how long can I expect it will take me to get the inspections?
When you come in, we issue the permit right then. And if you, say you come in on a Friday, you did the work over the weekend, just call us first thing Monday and we can normally get right out there.
Oh, that's pretty quick.
Yeah. Our mechanical and plumbing inspector and electrical inspector works Tuesdays and Thursdays only. So you would just have to coordinate with those 2 days.
Okay, so a little bit longer perhaps for each of those.
Not too much. We can normally get you right in, we try to anyway, unless, he's been pretty busy, but we still try to get you right in.
And so if I'm unsure if my home will even pass inspection to be able to rebuild, is there a process for a starting point?
At that point, I guess I would call Justin Schneider, who's our building official, and explain why you think maybe it can't be rebuilt.
Okay.
And he would probably come out at that point and just take a look at it and see where you're at.
Okay, good. Is there anything that we missed that our residents should know about, or individuals who are doing a rebuild, or contractors that they might not know about?
I would say just call before you submit the applications. Not everyone knows fees have been reduced, so they might base it on what's on our website. So make sure and call first, and we'll give you the right fee.
Okay, and we normally don't do this. We normally tell everyone to call 211 for all information, but with respect to the building department, what number should individuals call?
989-426-5931.
Again?
989-426-5931.
So there you have the number for the building department, and Kim Don is the Assistant Zoning Administrator there, so we want to thank her for joining us today and helping our individuals from the community better understand what the building department regulations are for doing rebuilds. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it very much, Kim.
Thank you.